What was the difference with your pitching Saturday, Sunday in attacking them compared to Friday?
I think the biggest thing, and I said this on Friday night, I thought Charlie Barnes pitched better than his line. I thought he threw the ball very well. I think that, again, we made some errors behind him. We did not help him. But I thought Charlie actually threw better than his line, and we have a lot of confidence in Charlie Barnes. He just had a tough inning, and we didn't help him. I think the biggest difference was, just look at the walks and the errors. At the end of the day, what does it boil down to? Throw strikes and make the routine play. And if you do that, if you limit the free passes, why did we win? Why did we win those two games? We had a lot of free passes on Saturday, and we had a leadoff walk in the third. Okay, we scored 2 runs in that inning. We had a HBP by Renwick. We had a leadoff walk with Okie in the fourth. We scored 2 runs in that inning. So when the two innings, we only had 3 innings in the whole ball game where we got the leadoff guy on. Well, 2 of those were the third and the fourth via the HBP and the walk. So when you win the freebie battle, you tend to win the ball game. That was the difference for us, and it all starts on the mound. Those 2 guys did an unbelievable job of throwing strikes, and we did a really good job of making the routine play behind them.
You have ACC play starting next weekend. Do you think this is a statement series win for your players? Just saying, hey, we can compete with anybody and maybe make a run at this thing?
I certainly think so. I can't imagine this winning this series in the way that we won it. I can't imagine our team not being extremely confident moving forward. And I thought we were confident going into the series, but I can't imagine that it wouldn't help build confidence within a ball club to lose on a Friday night and then win the next 2 to win the series against a club that's the top 20 club in the country. I think it says a lot about our team, it says a lot about the makeup of our players, how tough our players are, how competitive our players are, and our guys didn't panic. We lost that game. Our guys were disappointed, but they had short memories. We moved on from it, and we bounced back and found a way to win it. So, I think this does nothing but give our team confidence. But yet again, it's still early in the season, and we still got to keep playing. We got a long way to go, and we still got to do some things better. We're not a finished product by any means. We want to get better as the season goes on. So we're going to enjoy this one. It's definitely a confidence builder for us, but we still have to get better in a lot of areas, and I think our team understands that.
Monty, you're going into the season, everybody said your weakness was going to be the pitching staff, but 1 run in 18 innings and only gave up 9 hits. You talk about those guys and how far they've come.
Well, I think you have to give Andrew C. a lot of credit there. Andrew C. and David Cobb, our undergraduate assistant, those 2 guys work with our pitching staff. I only do 2 things with pitchers. I tell them when they're going to pitch, and I take them out. That's about it. And I give them a lot of praise when they throw the ball well. I don't. I'm not the pitching coach here. I just pat them on the back when they throw up a 0 and tell them how happy I am for them when they pitch well, and that's it. I'm just a cheerleader for the pitching staff. So Andrew and David deserve a lot of credit for that. But I'll tell you this: the one thing that I noticed in the fall and in the preseason about our pitching staff, just observing them, is how many strike throwers we have. The thing about this pitching staff that nobody seems to to bring up was we throw strikes. Our guys, you look at every guy that we run out there, those guys throw strikes. Yeah, do they get hit some? Yeah. But we preach to our guys, throw strikes, execute pitches, and let your defense play behind you. Our guys have done that. If we continue to do that and limit our freebies, as we call them, then we're going to be okay.
Monty, you give Rudy the start and he delivers the 2-run hit. How are you handling the first base between him and Chris? And then what exactly happened with Seth?
Well, we wanted to give Rudy the start. Chris, we think the world of Chris. We think Chris is going to be a really good hitter. Chris is one of the better hitters for us in the fall and in the preseason, but he's struggling, and we felt like we needed to give Rudy an opportunity. Rudy's such a team guy. When we give Rudy a pinch hit at bat, he stepped up and hit the ball in the barrel a couple times, and I felt like, we needed to give Chris some time to see what he could do, and he struggled a little bit. And Chris is going to be a big part of this team, big part of this offense throughout the course of this year. But we felt like the matchup was good. Widener being a right-hander, Rudy's been playing well with the limited opportunities that I've given him. He's taken advantage of them. He's the ultimate team player and wanted to give him an opportunity, and he did a great job for us. He got a sacrifice bunt down, and he had to excuse me, had a huge hit. I mean, that's the biggest hit of the game right there. 2 strikes on him, second and third, and found a way to get it done. So he was huge for us today.
And Seth,
Seth, we gotta we gotta work on fly ball communication, I guess, a little bit more. But it's that's what happens. When you work on that drill in practice, you have to tell your guys, look, there's going to be 6,000 to 7,000 people in the stadium. You got to be loud. You got to communicate, and they were. They had to both run so far for the baseball, and both had their eyes on the baseball, calling for the baseball, and I don't think they could hear each other. So it wasn't necessarily their fault. Just got to teach them guys to be louder, I guess. So, but it was unfortunate. He got hit right here in the cheek, and it split his cheek open. We got him 3 stitches. We feel like he's going to be okay by Wednesday.
do you still like him in that cleanup spot? You gave him the chance the last couple of days there.
Seth Beer's the best freshman hitter that I've seen. I mean, this guy's special. This guy's going to hit for a long time. You look at a guy that's that kind of hitter that when he gets a pitch to hit, he don't miss it. He lays off pitches. He's a very disciplined hitter. I think he's one of the best freshman hitters I've ever seen. So, yeah, I feel really good with him hitting in the 4-hole.
It was a record-setting crowd out there. What did you kind of notice from that aspect of it? What kind of impact did they have on the game?
They have a lot of impact on the game. I think you can tell, the home crowd advantage in this series is big. It was an unbelievable crowd on Friday night. I think it was a great mixture of crowds on both sides in the Saturday game in Greenville. And then today it was a lot of orange and purple in the stands. So pulling for our guys, when you got 7,000 plus people pulling for our players, it does give you an advantage. There's no doubt about it.
Monte, when you look at the fact of the new coach taking over, a lot of times it's a large rebuilding job. Do you feel like this team is maybe ahead of the curve or what you might have expected when you came in here?
Well, I think, I came to Clemson for one reason, and that was to go to Omaha, to be in a position to take a team that could, in a program that could play for the national championship. That's why I came to Clemson. And I know what the tradition of this program is, and I know we had good players here. So, I never look at anything. I think the worst thing that a first-year head coach can ever say, and you hear first-year head coaches say this, is, we just got to get our own guys in here. Some of these guys, we got to get them out and get some of our own guys in here. I think that's the worst approach you can have as a head coach in your first year. I think you have to embrace the players that are here, and that's one thing that I've tried to send a message to these guys from day one, that even though I am the new head coach, I'm going to embrace you, embrace the team, do everything I can to help them be successful. That's what my job is. My job is to try to put my players in a position to be successful. But they've done a lot of the work. It goes to what we do in the weight room and strength and conditioning, how we practice. A lot of it has to do with the type of makeup and character that we have on this team, which I think is very high. And I've given Coach Leggett a lot of credit for that. Coach Leggett did an unbelievable job of developing men of character. And that's one thing that I inherited. If I inherited anything, it's men of character that work hard and do things the right way. So, I'm very, very pleased with how our program is going and how these guys are doing. And we've got a long way to go, and we got to keep working hard. But guys are doing a great job of it.